After our morning hike and exploring a bit of the town, we decided to stop by the shop in the afternoon to see the progress that Eric had made on the build. He already had the roof chopped and had the Campteq installed with the adhesive drying. At the moment when we arrived, he was working on the fabric and the interior, reupholstering everything. It was coming along really nicely. We spent the next day in a bit exploring the surrounding areas, including an alpine meadow and more canyons. We couldn't get enough of the surrounding views. Then we got the message that the cruiser was ready for pickup.
This is sweet.
We parted ways from Eric of Campteq and Grand Junction and hit the road again. Where are we at right now, Josh?
We are in Arches National Park,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, we camped with Eric, the owner of Campteq, last night out in the desert somewhere. And then this morning we just kind of started driving. We're taking dirt roads, and now we're in Arches National Park, so we're going to explore here for the day, and then go out to Moab, explore around there a bit, and then we're kind of play it by ear. Not really sure where we're going to go after that. But right now we're in Arches. It's very beautiful here.
Yeah. So we were in Arches National Park this morning, spent probably like 3 hours there exploring. There's so much to see. Totally recommend it. Now we are trying to find a waterfall in Moab. Wow. Okay, so I guess we should do a little update because it's been a lot of different stuff going on in the last few days and we haven't really been sharing what we've been doing. So Thursday we got the Land Cruiser back. Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday night we got the Land Cruiser back from Campteq.
Yes.
That night we went out with Eric, who is the owner of Campteq, and we went camping out in the desert.
Yeah.
So we went camping kind of like on the border between Colorado and Utah.
Yeah.
So we did a little, like drove down a couple trails and then just camped out there. And honestly, it was really cool because there is like a huge like lightning storm all around us.
Yeah, that was really cool.
So it's pretty sweet. So camped with him on Thursday night.
Yeah.
And then after we left, we ended up driving some back roads, and we went to Arches National Park.
Yeah.
I think we have some clips from that.
Yes, we do.
And then we went over to Moab. We grabbed some lunch in Moab, and then we went swimming at a waterfall there because we hadn't showered in quite a few days.
And we were really sticky and dusty and gross.
This is very gross. So we went swimming in a waterfall, which was really nice.
So refreshing.
And then from there, we ended up talking to one of our friends that we made at Overland Expo. And so we are actually currently en route to Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Yeah.
So we left Moab yesterday afternoon, evening.
Yeah.
We drove to Salt Lake City. We crashed at another Cracker Barrel because we got in pretty late.
Good old Cracker Barrel.
Keeping the dream alive. And then this morning it's pretty cool. In Salt Lake City, they actually have a Land Cruiser museum.
Yeah.
So they have 98 different Land Cruisers. I believe starting from the oldest generation.
Yeah, like the B something 40?
I think so.
40 series.
So they had a lot of really incredible stuff there, a lot of historical stuff. They have like mining trucks, ambulances, fire trucks.
Mega cruiser.
A mega cruiser.
It looked like a Hummer, but wider than that, and it was a Land Cruiser.
Yeah, they had 4 of the Expedition 7 trucks.
Yeah, that was cool.
Which were, to my knowledge, some of the first vehicles to drive on every continent.
Yeah.
So they had 4 of those, which was honestly really cool to see and really exciting to see for me.
Oh, that was interesting too.
They had a 40th edition 80 series Land Cruiser that's actually going out for an event.
Yeah.
So got to see that as well, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we went there first thing this morning. There's a couple quick clips from that, just of things that we saw that were cool. And then we left there and we started driving to Wyoming.
Turn left onto State Line Road.
So
State Line County
we are
Road 114.
about an hour away from Jackson Hole.
Yeah.
We're gonna go check out the Tetons, and then I think we're gonna go down to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And check that out.
That would be pretty sweet. We haven't been to either of those places, so.
No. So we're kind of just
left onto State Line Road. State Line County Road.
kind of just rolling with it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, this is all kind of part of the adventure. We have still a few days till we have to be back in Canada, so we're just kind of going for it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're almost in Jackson, so we're gonna keep driving. So we just crossed over into Wyoming, and you can already see all the gorgeous mountains. It actually looks a lot like BC here. It's really nice. There's Jackie! So we are making a quick stop in Jackson Hole. We got lunch here, we met with our friend Jackie, and we're gonna go camping with him out towards the Grand Tetons. I don't know where yet, but somewhere off the highway.
Adding a pull-down strap to our Campteq because I'm too short.
Tomorrow.
So it is Sunday morning. We were just camping at the Bridger Teton National Forest. We found just a random campsite there, and there was these 2 girls camping there too. So they graciously let us join them, and they were super kind. And we had a good time with them, had a fire, and just hung out for the night. And now we're driving back into the Grand Teton Park, and we're going to head to Yellowstone. We're hoping we can get to Yellowstone because apparently they have limited entry right now so hopefully we get in. And we're gonna spend the day exploring around there. And then tonight we're gonna start making our way back to Canada.
That's pretty cool, actually.
That's cool.
Goes for a while.
You know what's weird? I got an electric shock from touching water.
Is this the Pacific or Atlantic Ocean?
Neither.
Oh.
You thought of all this.
What do you think it is?
Okay, good. Because I didn't really want to move.
Picture there to be more sand.
Overland bound.
Pretty stuffed.
Oh
How
my
much room
God.
how much room do I have in there?
Nothing.
Oh,
Look up here.
my fender slides?
So we spent a full day in Yellowstone. We only saw like half the park. We didn't realize how huge this place is, but it's so beautiful. We stopped at Old Faithful. We saw, what is it called? The big colorful pool, hot pool.
I don't remember what it was called.
I forget what it's called right now, but you know what I'm talking about. It's iconic. And we drove all the way to the hot springs, and then we decided that we're gonna start heading home. So that's what we're doing right now. But we saw 6 bison and a ton of elk. It was very cool.
And a deer.
And a deer, yeah. But it's a beautiful park. We're glad we came here, but we did not realize how big it is. But
We've driven over 100 miles in the park, and we haven't even done half of it.
yeah, which is insane. This definitely is like a multi-day park if you plan on coming here. But we're happy we saw the parts we did see, so we saw like the most iconic spots, and now we're gonna start heading back home. So patient. Look at that. There's a herd of bison right there. We were wondering why there's a huge line of cars on the road, and now we see why. Okay, scratch that. We saw like 13 bison, but that was magical. We got to see 3 little babies too.
Never seen a baby bison. That was really cool.
That was so cute.
Actually, I've never seen a bison, period.
Same.
So it's kind of cool to see a bunch and then see some babies.
Yeah, that was magical. I'm very glad we saw that. Thank you, Yellowstone. We are en route home now. It's Monday morning around 10. We're driving through Montana. We slept in a Walmart parking lot last night. And yeah, we're making our way home. We're supposed to get home around 4:30 today. So it's a nice time to get home rather than getting home at like 8 o'clock at night. But yeah, it's been a really good 2 weeks. It's been really fun getting to explore parts of the US and get to meet lots of cool people in the same industry as us, and people that are like-minded as us too. What's a highlight for you, Josh, of the trip?
There's so much. Like, it was nice just to not really have a schedule for the last couple of weeks and just kind of go wherever we wanted to go. Made a lot of just really incredible friends. We learned a ton. It's just been cool. Like we got to see a lot of places I wasn't really expecting. I initially thought this trip was just going to be kind of like bomb down, bomb back, like just lots of running and no real, just kind of like relaxing. And this trip has turned out to actually be just incredible. Like we saw a lot of really amazing national parks. Got to hang out with a lot of friends. And got just really just roll, which was really nice.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It was so cool seeing all the different areas of the states we went in, like being in the desert to being in the Pacific Northwest and everywhere in between. It was very cool. And we got to visit 4 national parks, so that was really cool. I haven't actually seen any until this trip, so I loved that. That was one of my highlights. And of course, meeting the amazing people we met at Expo. And we're looking forward to hanging out with those people more down the road. We spent the next several hours driving from Montana to British Columbia, and once we crossed back into the Okanagan, we were happy to be home. Thanks so much for watching this mini-series of our trip. We are excited to show you what we've done to the cruiser since then. Stay tuned.